here we go. This is going to be EV training, and that's about it. I'm not in the most talkative mood at the moment, but that might change. Basically, EV training is just gazing at lots of Mortys to get your EV up, to get lots of stats. Plus, I also need items. I'm gonna have to rebuild the the old muscle memory I have. Oh, he's gone. Someone else probably caught him. But I have a level 17 Preppy and a max speed super soldier, which will be replacing my 3 HP super soldier I have in the pit. I got him during the last super soldier raid, which was pretty cool. There's gonna be some pauses, and don't mind that, I hope. There was 14 minutes of recording that I'm just gonna cut because I didn't talk and I was doing other things. Oh, the useless guy. Usually they tell you to only daze commons and stuff, but I don't really care. Just daze everything, because it's usually not a big deal. You always make sure the stats are right. Just flash it up. This is usually just what you do. You don't really pay attention when you EV train. You just... Usually the advice I give is just watch something or do something else while EV training. Once you get used to it, you can do it pretty subconsciously, without really paying attention. Plus you get a lot of items, which is something I need, since I don't EV train manually much anymore. I usually do use a bot to do it. Bot, it's mostly clickers, I guess. Not that complicated. But it's really tedious to build. Yeah, you die anyways. There's specific commons I like to catch, he's one of them, but they're sometimes really tedious to just catch. I don't like catching with this team because everything would be level 17. Usually I switch my Mortys using the pit. If you go to the pit using your pad, like this, you just go straight into the pit. And you can switch your team there. Which is the closest you can get to switching your team in switching your team, I guess, in the pad without needing to go anywhere. Can be a little tedious itself, especially if you are using ults. Ooh, Crow Morty, he's dying next. Some commons give rare XP. I forget which, but I think it's the unevolvable commons. Recently, I watched all of Futurama again. For some reason, the number 7 pops out. Maybe it's my 7th time watching it all. I don't know. It's been years since I last watched it, though. Yesterday, I watched the finale, and it was the final episode of Futurama. Tell the day, because season 11 is coming out. Almost 10 years later. Quite a while, for quite a wait. They're not doing a Netflix thing, Hulu, which ordered in the new season. They're releasing it weekly or something. Maybe bi-weekly. I don't know what time the episodes are going to be coming out, but yeah, I shouldn't look at the thing. I don't know when what time the episodes are coming out. I don't think I'm going to get notified. I'll have to probably look or something. I know there's some YouTubers I watch will probably make videos about it. I really don't know what to talk about. It's just something coming to my mind. I woke up not too long ago. I guess like an hour ago. I did all my things and I decided, hey, I should probably record this since I'm testing it out. I don't think I'll be EV training. Oh, 40. I want to catch those. And then you just switch to your catching thing, which is a worm. Mine is a worm. Sting, which poisons. The reason why I like Worm is he's really beefy. He has the most HP in the game. He has pretty high defense too. Though usually when you want a tanky Morty, you don't go with HP, you go with defense. But Trover Morty, the highest, one of the Mortys with the highest defense in the game, are still pretty soft without any defense buffs. So usually you'd want to use Morty with a defense buff. I got trash in my throat. Oh yeah, Mytholog Morty, aka Worm Morty, has a weak defense buff, which is why I have him have it. Plus, it also has a lot of AP, so usually, if you want to be safe while catching, you just poison, and then you just use the defense buff until he's till the Morty's in yellow or red, whichever you feel safer at catching at. Honestly, catching one of the best reasons to EV training is all the items you get. EV training like 1 or 2 Mortys will probably max out your items and your craftables and items, I guess is how you would say it. Craftables being stuff you craft, and items you get from the ground and stuff, and from killing Mortys. Innocent Mortys. Get out of here. One problem with the D-pad, you go to move and you just click on someone's name. There's been times when I was EV training and no one was in a dimension, and since I used to avoid all the rares and stuff, I just... Oh wait, it's that guy. He asked me about tips for the raid. I told him to just catch some commons. Flannel, Goombi, they're the universal debuffers for extreme budget. This guy right here, the Infected Morty, he's a pretty good budget main for scissors. He has a good health regen, and he has 2 scissor moves, I think. Don't use Bloodsuck though, that's no. Gotta love invisible dimensions, so you don't know who's actually in here. Plus there's a raid going on, which is lasting an incredibly long time. What raid lasts like 10 days? Yesterday when I logged in, it said 9 days and 18 hours. My main account, I accidentally logged in on the very same day as the raid started because I was unaware. The raid ship drops at around like I don't know. It drops really early, and I logged in right around that time when it dropped. So I was one of the first people to log in. I can tell because I was put at number 145 in the bracket. Usually the position you're put in when you join in when no one can really fight the raid monster yet. Yeah, look, you got... Why is he still using evil, though? I don't think he's a good main. You leaving? Yeah. Evil's not a good main. He doesn't have an attack buff, I believe. And no regens. So you wouldn't even use him in raids. There's so much garbage in my throat. Let me try doing something. It's called drinking water. I don't think it helped. It's still in my throat. I don't... I hate this. Oh look, you can finally see the XP bar poking out. I need 1 attack seed. Ooh, I remember I like catching these guys. Only at level 5 though. Because they show perfect at level 5. I think it's 22 HP. I'm just casually walking around with an impossible Morty. There's 5 impossible Mortys in the game. Impossible because they shouldn't exist. First, it's normal prep. There's normal, dapper, preppy, and boy band. One of the Summer Van's evolution lines. They spawn for a short period. Clearly an accident because they don't spawn anymore. Nothing like that happened with any other vans. So they clearly shouldn't exist. Oh, I'm out of AP. Wait, what was I talking about? Something spawning? Oh no, the Impossible Mortys. Preppy, dapper, boy band. They spawn for a short period where you could catch normals, which should be impossible since most of Summer Van's exclusives are shiny, meaning they're one of the only normal Summer Van things. One of my favorite Mortys is Parasite, not the shiny one. The shiny Parasite is kind of ugly. It's Host Morty. That's the final evolution of Parasite and Infected. What's what problem did I? Oh yeah, and then the other that was three of the Impossible Mortys, one evolution line. The fourth one, or this is one of the earliest Impossible Mortys. It's Shiny Mountain Guy. The Pit Morty, you're not supposed to get them shiny. Pretty interesting. I own a few. They're cool and useless. That's about it. Then there's a Shiny Good Boy, which is a raid Morty, which you shouldn't be able to get shiny. But for some reason, Summers Van gave out Shiny Good Boys. And you know their solution to getting rid of Shiny Good Boy? They just didn't have a fireplace raid or van. They just skipped over to Art Critic. Monday should be no, not Monday. Tuesday should be the Cubism van, but I don't know how that's going to interact with the raid. The raid's going on, and usually where the raid icon is, the Summers van icon is as well, and I don't know how that's going to interact. Maybe they push back the van, but these timers are getting crazy. They made the pit last super long once. God damn it, all this trash in my throat. Oh, look, the XP bar you can see fully. Sometimes I'll just watch the XP bar. Well, not watch, but there's only a few moments when it's actually interesting to see. This Morty is this Morty gives the most XP for a paper, I think. I don't know if it's any different. He's an exotic though. He gives 80, and the commons were giving like 51, which seems accurate, I guess. You guys can probably tell if I ever daze another exotic, so watch out for that if you care. So, Morty, the first Morty you get, he gives common XP, so pretty useless. He actually spawns in this dimension. I've caught a shiny one before. Once, because I've only ever cared to catch him once. Caught him at level 5, and then I sent him to my level 1 alt. Yes, I have a level 1 alt, which... Oh yeah, I shouldn't forget that. I was recently told that the raid bracket might have changed. Usually, the game will stop making brackets around like 8 or 9 or something. 7 to 9, I'll say. And when at that point, if you try to join like a later bracket, like usually the raid would like the late raid, no late raid. Yeah, I say that like late game, but late raid because it's towards the end. Because Sunday is the last day of the raid, and on Monday is usually when it would end, and you get all your rewards. Monday is usually a dead period. Besides Jerry, there's usually nothing going on those days. And then Tuesdays when the next event will begin. How have I missed twice? What was I talking about? This keeps happening. Uh, raid. Oh yeah. Basically, raid brackets will stop being made around like Sunday and stuff. So if you were to log in, unless there's a very popular raid, then there'd be like an extra bracket. But if you'd log in when the game stopped making brackets, it'd randomly put you into a new bracket. Not new, but a pre-existing bracket. What that could do is when you log in, you could be put into a raid with an already killed boss, which means you don't even get to fight. However, they changed that. You now get to the game infinitely makes brackets, so as long as there's enough people, there's a bracket for you. And since this raid lasts extra long, you could just log in at the last day and possibly get the easiest raid in the entire game existence. Except maybe like the first few raids, since people had no idea what they were doing. It's been a while. I'm quite rusty in Pocket Mortys, if you can't tell, because I haven't been playing for a while. Usually, I haven't been playing until like raids popped up, just because I was kind of depressed. Depressed? No, not like the normal way, just Pocket Morty's depressed. What I mean by that is the community is just kind of sad. You've been around and seen what I have. It's just kind of depressing. What's like, or what's in the community and stuff. Oh, you can tell the last guy gave 80 XP. This guy gives let's see, 80. So there's literally another. Did he give 81 or 80? I don't remember. I think it's just 80. So like, I don't get what the base XP stat does because I don't think it really does anything. Anyway, anyways, like I was saying, the Pocket Morty's community is just kind of sad. Not the one I'm trying to build with this server and with my server and stuff, which I'll probably promote more than subscribing. Like, if you subscribe, that's pretty cool, I guess. But you know, I know it's even cooler. Joining the Discord, it's way better. I'll probably have the joining Discord banner somewhere in this video the entire time, just so like people notice. But I'm not sure if people will actually be watching the gameplay. It's just like icing on the cake. Since this is a podcast, you're just supposed to listen. That's about it. People have said my voice is smoothing. Sometimes I talk to this one person and they just get sleepy because of my voice. I don't get it, but at the same time, I'm me, and I don't really listen to me that much, even though it's kind of counterintuitive. Because I do listen to me. Whatever. I don't want to get on that. But the XP bar is going pretty good, so I'm a little worried. So I might be overthinking it because I've done this before and I got fully trained Mortys. Not that big of a deal. I think, I have an alt that has some power leveling Mortys. Mortys for power leveling are usually Mortys with really horrible stats but exotic XP. So that'd be Gaseous, Sausage, Shadow, and Business. Shadow and I think Shadow and Sausage spawn in Mortopia, which is the dimension I'm currently in. And then the rest spawn in Plumbus. I call it Plumbus because it's easier to say. And Plumbus is a pretty dead dimension. No one really goes there. You're like one of the if you're level 30 or so, Plumbus is almost always empty. Not always, but I don't know why I'm elaborating. I said almost always, but it's empty a lot of the time. You go there, you can portal hop. Portal hopping is just enter the dimension, run around looking for any Mortys. If there isn't any that you like, just re-enter the portal and then pop back into the dimension, which will usually reset all the Mortys. It's like re-rolling them all. So if they're like in this, most people like Mortopia because there's really OP Mortys here, like Gotron in Season 4. If you're looking for those two, you run around the dimension and there isn't any, instead of having to kill all the Mortys to get new spawns, the game won't spawn another Morty until there's like this place for it. Like if you notice how we're getting a lot of star Mortys with a star above them, because I'm EV training, giving us a lot of Mortys. When you portal hop, it resets every single Morty. You can run around the entire map and look for new Mortys. It's really useful when you're searching for specific Mortys. So if you're looking for Season 4 in Gotron, nope, they didn't spawn, you can just portal hop and then look again, and boom, they might be there. They might be. But portal hopping requires the dimension to be completely empty, so no people in it. And since invisible dimensions exist, which is invisible brackets, invisible dimensions, basically, if you ever see like a Morty being fought but no player, that's an invisible player. Happens quite a lot. If you go to GF, which is the last dimension, and go to the bottom left corner of the map, and you look through the wall, which you can see naturally, you can see players in there. They're not hackers or anything. That's just where the invisible players go. So you can usually see if there's invisible players in GF. That's the only map I know of. There might be more. If you know more, comment. Nah, whatever. It's fine. Honestly, I don't know how long to make this podcast. Firstly, I was thinking maybe I'll just make a podcast the entire time I'm EV training. But like that, ooh, EV training is taking me 6 hours before, and ooh, at best I think it should be an hour long podcast. I don't know, just a little nice thing because people have some spare time. Not 6 hours worth of spare time usually. Some do, but who knows? Maybe listening to podcasts is like listening to music. You just put it on for 6 hours. I could maybe relate, but I don't listen to podcasts that much. I have before, but yeah, I don't listen all that much. There's only 2 podcasts I've ever listened to. IBX Toycat, which is a Minecraft YouTuber, the only Minecraft YouTuber I still watch. He's definitely worth it. I don't know, I just like how he talks and his personality, I guess, which is why most people watch YouTube for people. You should probably check my items. So there's the invisible player, like I was talking about. You can usually switch to invisible dimensions by doing a specific combo. Usually hold on. First, let's make sure I buy everything. You may notice I have a few flurbos. Make sure I own everything. Yep. Most of my money goes towards pure plutonic rocks. Because for raids, make sure you always buy the pure plutonic rocks before you enter the raid. Have at least 8 of them. Why 8? Because you can easily get through 8 of them during a raid. If you're specifically trying to get through 9 or 10, you can, but oh wait, that's not where I'm meant to be. Just make sure you try and get through. Just make sure you have like 8 at least. Halzingers. Yep, that's such a weird name. Usually I've called them Hagalizers in my mind, but I've never said it out loud. Is that Max? No. Wait. I think that might actually be Max. Let me craft some batteries. Wait, do we have to though? These don't drop. You have to craft these manually. I wonder if that's enough. Probably not. Remember, I use these items for Summer's Van occasionally. I'm tempted to play Cubism, but at the same time, do I really want to? Costs a lot of tickets. Usually, man, I wish I was around for these. Usually, what was I talking about? Tickets. Oh, 1 out of 5. Oh, season 3 Morty, the most useless season Morty, the only useless Morty that is season 3. Weird way I said that. There's only 2 season Link Mortys, 3 and 4. So for some reason, no 5 and no 6. Kinda silly. People really wanted to. I'm one of those people. Oh yeah, Summer's Van. My mind's still a little foggy from waking up. Should be a little better now, though, since I'm talking and stuff. But usually when you play Summer's Van, there's 5 Mortys you can get. One is the exclusive, which would be Cubism this van. So 1 out of 5 chance to get Cubism. Usually your first 5 tickets will give you 1 of each Morty. So that doesn't count. Sometimes you'll get Cubism first, sometimes last. I usually get him like first or second. But some people have reported they got him last. So I guess it's just random. Though it's kind of weird since like on alts I've played once and I got the exclusive I wanted and I just didn't play again. So like if you have a lot of alts or if you're willing to spam make accounts and send over Mortys, that's pretty useful. Oh yeah, there's something else I want to try. Recently, the impossible level 4 Morty has come out. Someone's finally released one, and they've spread like crazy because you can catch level 4s. I have one. My alts have some too, because they're pretty cool. And Summer's Van, her levels lower depending on what level your Mortys are. The lowest level, no, the highest level. So if you go into a fight with Summer, and your highest level is 50, and your lowest level is say 10, you only have one level 50 Morty, but the rest are 10. All of Summer's Mortys will be around level 50. Her levels are ranged from 3 to like top. So 57, yeah, that's obvious. 57 to 50. No, 47 to 50. Misspeaking. So her levels will be 47 to 50. And her Mortys will give that much XP. They'll have the moves that those Mortys would have at those levels. All the cool stuff. But like that's why you want to be careful your highest level Mortys. A few people say your Mortys get get harder. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Her Mortys get harder the more you fight her, but no, that's just because your Mortys are leveling up. Usually, I call them sweeper Mortys because you only use one. My strategy for Summer Van is one Morty versus her 5. Then usually when you win, she'll give you the Morty and they'll get put into your team. Why that's useful is because then you could switch that Morty out. If your main with switch your Mortys out, like in the thing. Well, I'll show you what I mean. Go into the tablet, you go to your Mortys, you go switch like that. You switch them, and you can go. Then when you enter the fight, her Mortys will still all be super high leveled. But the thing is, if you then switch that Morty out the sweeper Morty, and then daze it, the first Morty will get XP and level up. However, it will get no EV, so the IVs stay accurate. So you can check the Mortys without actually needing to use any seeds. Level seeds. The other seeds ruin IVs until you EV train them. And usually the best sweeper Mortys is Gotron and Trover, the two I've seen. Trover's just a beast. The only stat he's really ever lacking is speed, but besides that, he's a tanky tank. He does a lot of damage, and he's very absorbent to damage if you use him correctly. Like I said, without an attack buff, he's still pretty limpy. Helmet Morty is a good example of that. Helmet Morty has like a base defense stat of like 40. Trover's is 135. However, the difference between the two is Helmet has a strong defense buff. And I remember when I did the math for him, when he's EV trained and he uses his defense debuff, he's actually more tanky than Trover is. So even that low of a defense stat can get him tanky. Well, he's better like in extreme raids. I think this raid was level 10. The raid levels go from 1 to 17. And what I've seen is the only difference between them is how much damage the raid does, like the raid boss. So usually at level 17, the raid boss does a lot more damage than one at level 1. And usually at that point, you Pissmaster. I want those guys. Yeah. Basically, you want to move. You either want him to have an extremely OP regen move. Hold on, fast. Damn it. One problem with level 50. There's so many people. And yeah. What? This guy I was going to kill. I was talking about something. Raid brackets, no. Oh, level 17 raids. When they're that high, usually you'll sacrifice one of the least powerful moves for a defense buff. Like with 40 Morty, you'll have him have Bone Breaker, Shave, as a defense debuff, or no, a defense buff, then blood pressure, which is his attack buff, which will help him survive the boss. Makes him a lot more tanky too. Cubism is another Morty, which has a defense buff with his attack buff. Some Mortys are like that. They're pretty cool. However, some Mortys don't really need a defense buff, since they just have a really good regen. Gotron is one of them. You have the raid boss fully debuffed, and you have Gotron fully buffed. He can usually survive off just using his regen. It just regenerates a lot. Plus, they sometimes have a lot of AP, like Queen. Queen is such a good raid tank. She has a high attack stat and a high defense. Her regen is also her attack buff and defense buff. It's a 2. It hits him. It hits the raid boss twice and could regenerate twice. No, could regenerate twice. Could hit twice. That's it. The first attack buffs attack. The second attack buffs defense. And Queen can also be used to debuff the raid. So the regen that I was talking about also debuffs attack and defense for the enemy. So it can be used to buff the Queen. Pretty interesting, I guess. Cubism was also a decent not debuffer. Oh wait, no, he is. He just doesn't do as much damage as Queen, which is usually why people don't recommend him for raids. But I'm trying to think. He does have guess you could use him as a side attacker. He just doesn't have 3 paper moves. Maybe I got put into the main dimension because I'm seeing more players. That can happen. Sometimes you're just randomly put back into the normal dimension because the invisible one closed. No real way to show for you to notice that except players are everywhere now. But yeah. Level 50 is filled with players. Most people don't really fight anymore. Me included. There's some Pocket Morty YouTubers who just fight a lot. From what I've seen, their thumbnails are pretty good. They follow formula. One issue of formulas is like, maybe if you're a new person, you'll see them be like, oh wow, it's this person, it's that, and you watch them, and then yeah, and then maybe you'll see another thumbnail, and since you enjoyed your last video so much, you just watch it because like you recognize the thumbnail style. You don't even have to look at who made it. But then the only problem with that is old, like for me personally, when I watch someone and like all the thumbnails look the same, as an old viewer, it just all kind of blends together. Like, what's the difference between this and this? Usually thumbnails sometimes are better titles. Sometimes I would look at a video and I'll see the thumbnail and read it, and I'll look at the title and be like, wait, what? And I'll get confused because I read the thumbnail first and I thought that was the title, but it wasn't. Just a bit of subconscious trickery. So, like, I think having a style, but having every single thumbnail being unique is important. I've been trying to do that, but at the same time, I've been trying to do that for years. I've just only more recently realized what I exactly wanted. It's almost an hour. I think, it was like 14 minutes. I'll probably have to cut. I want to leave all of this in since it's just a nice podcast with minimal editing. Nothing big. I'll probably add some Pocket Morty's music in. Or maybe this... I think. Should I just mute the gameplay and the game audio and all that? Because I have some of it enabled. I currently don't have it playing through my phone. However, my phone can record the audio automatically and all that. So, just thinking, maybe I could do that. I could cut out all the audio and I have some music on my computer. Yeah, I could just replace it instead. But my question is, should I use Pocket Morty music or should I just like find something else? Ooh, this guy again. Such a kind person. Super Soldier, you might have noticed, has some pretty interesting scissor moves. He's one of the best damage over time Mortys. DOT. He does the most damage during raids out of all the others. He also has a defense buff in his attack buff, which just makes him even better for all raids, regardless of their level. What is that guy doing? I think he might be hermit grinding. But if I don't... I think he was in my raid bracket. And he got second or third or something. I don't like that guy. He's kind of rude. Especially in the community when I talk to him. Just a rude guy. Which you can say about most people in the Pocket Mortys community. It's kind of sad. A lot of notifications. Whew. Look at the XP bar. It's been flying by, and I haven't even noticed because I've just been talking. Sorry for the blank spaces. Hopefully, next time I record a podcast, if I do that, and if this is well received, I'll just, I'll try to talk a little more. Maybe you guys are fine with just relaxed kind of talking. No big excitement or anything, just chill Eevee training time. One thing I've noticed is whenever like you do something, your Morty is just stacked on top of you. Hold on, I'll show you what I mean. Notice how they're out right now? Following me. We go into this battle. It's a shiny. Goodbye, shiny. Yeah. Gone. Got Fleeb, and then you look. They're stacked on top of me. You should not do that. When you go into a battle, they'd stay right where they were. Maybe that's a way. Maybe that's like a way to fix bugs or something. I don't know. The devs with this game do some weird things. Like for some reason, every time they do a bug fix, they introduce more bugs than they fix, which is like, how do you do that exactly? It's just my biggest concern, which is how do they do that? Do they introduce more bugs than they fix? Am I maxed out purified fleas yet? Hold on, I want to look. Look. And then we need 2 more. Turbulent users, those drop naturally. Wait, what? What if he's just gonna kill it or something? Wanna watch? Look at this. What am I trying to say? Do I really need that? Okay, I have like, that's 1.1 million. Pretty cool if I don't say so. He just murdered it. That's horrible. I would have done. Ooh, hold on. I gotta get. I'm gonna be really sad to be. God damn it! He saw what I was trying to do. Just killing everything too. You didn't need that. Worst part. Whatever. One problem with level 50. Everyone's catching everything, therefore no one catches anything. He wasn't catching, he was murdering. Poor Morty. He could have been used for raids if he was good enough. Oh, this guy again. This guy keeps popping up. Know your place. The buckshot move has like 100. It's 111 power. Not 11. 110 power. Pretty cool. I don't know. I like Super Soldier. He's one of the. It's not this raid. Before this, I got one for free because his IVs were just really bad. If I remember, it's like 3-1. It's 3. It's 3-1-3-1, which is his IVs. 3 HP, 1 attack, 3 defense, 1 speed. I've used him in my And I've been using him ever since. I EV trained, or I got him EV trained for free, funnily enough. I got him power leveled. Or no, he didn't get power leveled. I power leveled him myself. Put him at a level 100, put him in my raid. Not my raid, but my, what if... Put him in my... I'm blanking out. Put him in my pit team. There we go. I put him in my pit team, and I just use him, and he's pretty cool. Ow! I'm playing with my eyelashes, and they got stuck in my eye. I fidget a lot. Especially during Pocket Mortys, there's not much to do, and plus, I'm not watching anything, because I feel like that might ruin the podcast. So, oh, I'm out of AP. Burned. Such a stupid. So stupid. The raid thing is... How long the raid is just so weird to me. It's never been that long. What are they thinking? I did get a decent amount of super soldiers. There was this one guy who was trying to like flex, like, you don't get as much raids as I do. And like, I don't know, why is he so mean? Why does everyone care so much about that? Like, I might not get as many raids as you got, but at least I get to touch grass. There's probably more than one he can say. Also, like, his father plays Pocket Mortys too. They're both really into it. So, like, that's cool, I guess, but, like... They're just both scumbags. I don't like either of them. They're just both mean and rude. Other like Son, I guess, which is what you can say about most people in the community. And there's the big Pocket Mortys server, which has been around since the beginning. It's just so mismanaged. Which is exactly why I stopped playing Pocket Mortys, because like rumors and there's just no moderation for a server that size. The people who moderate it are like the actual community members, not the mods. I know it's some drama stuff, but man, makes me sad how mismanaged it is. Could have been great. I personally see that server is responsible for killing the game. It's like, you join a server, you're all nice and wholesome, and the server's all rude and toxic, and you're like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Then you don't play the game anymore. You never play the game anymore, and you just quit. Because, like, some of the fun from the game is specifically the community. Like, trading. If you want to get good Mortys, you want to be a part of the community. If you want to learn tips and stuff, you want to be a part of the community. It's exactly why like people originally joined the server. But then it's just the hellhole that it is. Why would you want to play a game with a community that nasty? And most people made the decision that they just don't. I've seen people just quit because like the community is just rude. Plus, also, people get bored of the game. That's normal. However, like there's an easy thing you do to fix that. It's just make what was I? Oh yeah, make events. Like I've seen some people do it, but like none of them are really backed by the owner of the big server because he doesn't care. He says he cares, but his actions and words never line up. Funny thing enough, sometimes he only ever really does anything when someone like messes with him and calls him out on it. If he's asked nicely, he won't do it. But if you make fun of him and stuff and bully him into doing it, he does it quickly to like spite you. Just, I guess it's gossip I'm talking about, but man, it's a part of the Pocket Mortys community now. It's a part of it. Much as I try to break away from it and stuff, but I see a lot of the same people in the community. Best I can do is just raise awareness. Like, I won't stop you from joining that server. It's a great trading hub. But besides that, it's not really worth it, in my opinion. Get this guy. While you do trade, you'll probably be fine, but the scammer protection is very minimal. Minimal meaning they don't really protect you. They just ban the person who did it and they go, oh whoops, oh no, you got scammed. And then if you try to raise awareness about the scammer, you'll get warned for witch hunting. Like, they don't have public ban logs, which to protect them or something, but scammers don't need protecting. If you don't stop scammers from scamming in games, they're gonna start scamming in real life. Scamming in real life. And no one likes scammers. You'd probably dox a scammer if you could, because you don't see them as people. They're subhuman. Because they're garbage. They steal from other people. They prey on people, and then they make sob stories like, oh, I'm so poor. You're stealing from people. No better than robbing the store. Just, I guess you could argue for scammers at the same time, but like, if they're really so innocent and what is it? It's empathetic. If they're empathetic, they wouldn't scam. There's a lot of things you can do in this world to make money. Scamming is one of them, but there's a lot of things you could do to also make money. I know you could probably make up the third world excuse, but isn't India like growing, like evolving from a first world country into like, I guess you could say second world or something? I don't know all the specifics, so sorry if I get anything wrong, but there's gotta be other jobs you can do that make quick money. That's better than scamming. Like, I just don't think they're empathetic or care about these people they're scamming. They just care about the money. They're not good people. Scammers aren't good people. We're close to the 1 hour mark. Maybe I should cut it here and the video will just be like 45 minutes or something. No, yeah, I think it'd be like 46 minutes. And look at the XP bar, it's pretty good. Maybe I'll continue this tomorrow or something. Make another podcast of me doing some EV training. It'd be pretty cool, I guess. Honestly, I don't know how much the rares and exotics are affecting the progression. Apparently, apparently the wilds give more XP than trainer Mortys, which kind of interesting and weird. Here's a 1.5 multiplier. Will trainers just have a 1 multiplier? Might try that, but at the same time, I feel like there's a cap. Like the maximum amount of XP the maximum XP I've seen people get is 2,100 or something. And it's same for it's not the exact same, but it's similar for Rick XP. The little level bar at the top, right corner. But I'm feeling kind of podcast out. I think I'm all done with this podcast. I'll finish up all the AP, then I guess I'll say goodbye. I gotta do some vague editing, like cutting out the beginning and stuff. I gotta add in the oh yeah, guys, you gotta join the Discord. You probably heard about my little rant about the Pocket Mortys community. Yeah, I don't like it. That's why I want you to join mine. I want to make this game way better than what it is. Because, well, it's fun. It could be fun. The community makes it funner. I'd love to host events like speed running. An idea I got. A speedrunning event. You might like that. People speedrun how fast you can get like 100k damage in the boss or something on the raid, or how fast you can beat the campaign, or how fast you can get like 2 medals, stuff like that. Maybe even like endurance runs, like how far can you get in the raid. Like you know the lockout item, use item, then there's a lockout. How many turns can you get out? Can you lock out? So there's a lot of cool things we do. Another event I've seen is a trading challenge. Basically, you start from like a common and you work your way up to a valuable raid Morty, specifically Dragon. I'm out of AP. I think I might be out of AP. Anyways, this is my ad for joining my Discord server. It's in the description. Join and have a nice fun time. I'm not the most active, but one of my mods are, so you'll have a nice fun time. I promise. I think. So just join and have fun. Just subscribe if you want. I don't really care. So YouTube did lower the requirement for making money, so maybe money, and I can maybe buy a better computer that has more than 13 megabytes of RAM. Now that's an insult to the modern computers. It's more like 13 kilobytes. Yeah, my computer's garbage. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, and that's been EV training with your person. EV training wasn't fully done, but he got a nice lots of XP. Tasty XP. You know it. You know you love it. Yeah. I got number 1 in the raid. I'm currently number 1 in the pit. All is cool. Wonder if will he join me? He's just staring. Come on, join that party. Just the vacant stare. Yeah, this is fun. I'm. Uh, can he not like move like me? I don't know. This is just. Oh yeah, he joined. Pretty cool. My phone's heating up, so I think. Wait, the raid lasts 8 days, but the pack only lasts 1 day, or 1 day and 16 hours. Well, I think this is the podcast. I'm gonna do some editing on it, which should be quick. So this should be up in like 2 hours at most. So join the server, join it. It's in the description. I'll add anything else interesting in the description. If you have any questions about this game, you can ask in the server or you can comment them, and I'll answer. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this outro. Bye. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to pause at the same time. 3, 2, 1.